Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. He a narcissist. He underscore a underscore narc underscore sis. He a narcissist. We are now in episode 9. Episode 8 detailed what it felt and looked like when it got to the point of me doing the restraining order, winning full custody of our son, and him no longer having me as a supply. How he lost it all, mentally, physically, financially. He went crazy. Full throttle when it came to the verbal abuse, via text message, voicemails, popping up in the middle of the night became exaggerated. Like he did it every night for like 2 weeks, every night for like 2 weeks. The hours of 2 to maybe like 4 or 5 in the morning. Those were his hours, to be at my back window pleading some kind of case. The day of February 25th, the morning of, I don't know, the day of February 25th, February 26th is when I got a message where he's asking me to help him because he is in a bind. He said he hates that it always has to be like this. And that if I'm not busy, if I can call him or answer his calls because he needs to get his car. At this point in time, I didn't know what he had going on. But later in communication, he told me that the reason this all happened, he lost his car, is because he had ended up getting a DUI while in Vegas after he left my house at 2 in the morning, from harassing and stalking me. So from February 25th, I had no contact with this man at all. And I hadn't heard from him from February 25th until like the middle of March. I had heard anything from him. And take note, March 4th is our son's birthday. He took no initiative to contact our son, him or his family. Let me put that out there. Him or his family took no initiative to be there or show that they care when it came down to our son's birthday. Around March 15th is when he appeared. And he appeared doing because he would, like I said, he would not unblock me. He would deactivate his Facebook and then reactivate it. That way we're still friends on this page. So he will deactivate before I'm able to block. So during this time, around March 15th up until about April, the beginning of April, this is what he would do. Like once a week, he would, I want to say Sundays, actually. It was like Sundays. It was so weird because he would unblock or reactivate, like, comment on pictures, okay, on my page, then like give me a moment to see it, like he knew when I would see it or something, and then he'll deactivate. So he will always have access. As long as he reactivates, he still had access because I was not able to block. And to be quite honest with you, I wasn't put up on it until after. Otherwise I would have like automatically, when I had the chance to block him, this is what the fuck he's doing. But because I had no knowledge and I wasn't aware as I am today, I didn't even realize that's what he was doing. Like it, because to me it was a game that I wasn't even interested in playing, you know, because if I had known, I would have actually like stepped up a little bit and got it to where it was not happening. Next was very persistent in making sure to be relevant. Like he wanted to be relevant. He had to be relevant. And he was like a by any means necessary, he was going to be relevant. So playing those little games of reactivating this page, liking, commenting, and deactivating. And the likes and comments would be on every picture that was public on Facebook. And it would be comments of, dang Shay, I miss you, or you look so beautiful, blah, da, da. So it got to a point to where I stopped, like, I can't say I stopped engaging because I didn't engage in those comments and stuff. I was just like, whatever. So about April 15th, I guess he decided to fuck with me a little bit more. So April 15th, he ended up sending a message. I woke up to a message from an old group chat between myself, my sister, and my nephew that also included Nick's. So this old group chat, he replies to it and he says, hey, good morning, you guys, good vibes, how's everybody doing? That's how. And I ended up, I guess I was the controller of that that group chat. So I deleted him from it. I removed him from it. And I replied to him and in a whole different, private message. And this was my reply to him. Good morning. Thanks for the positive vibes, but I had to remove you from that old group chat. It's honestly not the healthiest communication right now. Thank you again for the positive vibes. Continue to take care. His reply to me at this moment was, you guys are welcome. That's the only thing left to do in this world right now is remain and bring only a positive vibe out of ourselves to share with others. Look, finally you responded to me. Excuse me about the last time. Glad to see I was alive and well. I was in a little funk still with you, but it was me just still embracing the change. Hi, Shay. Mainly, I want to know, how is our son? From the looks, he looks great. I also know it's all on me right now to take care of this court situation to remain in my son's life. I will get on that as soon as I can. So if you don't want to tell me about my son now, it's cool. I really get it. It's all on me right now. And I am here for you. I am here for Isaac. I'm going to take care of this for our son to have an early childhood with me involved. Do know though, this is my mission. So hopefully soon we will come to a time. Other than that, you all look great, Shay. Peace and respect. With the fist. And then he added on to the message, lips, ... Dizzy emoji. Your lips are nice. Your default photo is the reason I am bringing your lips up right now. I replied to him, understandable, and I'm still rooting for you and your well-being, just at a mandatory distance. You seem to do better with minimal contact with me. Zai is doing well, actually better than well. He is our comedian and keeps us on our toes. LOL. He's growing and developing well. His height is average and weight is above average for a 2-year-old, so the doctors say. But you know us. We carry our weight differently, and he is far from fat or overweight. He replies, well, the contact list that was needed, no doubt, third part Shay. Especially with the sick mind I was having and drinking and trying to build healthy boundaries was not working because I was completely lost from myself. I can just imagine how anyone else going through this would feel. I still was feeling like we had just broken up. It was my fault for the broken promises. I just say all that to let you know being absent and contactless was how I found myself again. To say as a man I stand on believing in myself, like really having soul. Believe in myself today. You seem to always amaze me, no lie, because you have been accurate and the journey you've been on last time we spoke, The Bible revealed to me, though, through my studies, that this is a real thing. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm reading to you is a prime example of manipulation. He is doing his best at this very moment to get me to feel empathy for him. He's trying his very best to make me feel like, oh, you get it, to engage in this. This is all bullshit. All bullshit. Okay? Let me just say this is all bullshit. I reply, we are truly blessed and remain grateful for it all. Good to hear that you're on your spiritual healing journey. It can get lonely, dark, and tough in the beginning, but beautiful once in the light of it all. Stay encouraged, and as long as my higher spirit sees fit, I got Zai taken care of until you are emotionally, physically, and spiritually ready. Stay blessed and continue to soak in the light. That was my reply to this man. Though I know he's full of shit, but I still have an ounce of hope that he is not full of shit. And he tells me to take care, and that's that. That message, I believe I said April 15th. That message was April 15th, and I woke up the morning of April 25th with a missed video call from him. I had kept him unblocked and just open because I wanted to see if he was really working on himself. Because I'm not going to lie, after that message, I thought, oh, he's about to blow this shit up. And I'm going to have to report it to the police. Like, I'm about to report it to the cops. But I wanted to leave that open as a test because at the same time, I still am not 100% sure that this person is really a narcissist. I'm not sure. So I still had that ounce of hope. That, yeah, he's not a narcissist, you know? That was April 15th. April 25th, I wake up to a missed video call. Of course I didn't answer. So I said, of course, who I am, checking in. Good morning. Is everything okay? This message reveals, hello, good morning. I was around the area and wanted to know if I may come by to see our son. Meet up somewhere today, please. So my reply, wasn't expecting that. It sounds good. It's been a long while, and I personally feel that as easy as it may sound to make this happen for you, it will need to go a bit slower for our son's sake. Phone calls, etc. with him before an actual physical visit. It's best to build up the bond again if needed for him. He replies, okay, that's understandable. It's just that I no longer live in California. I have moved back home to Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know the relief I felt to hear that he was back in Florida and no longer in California. I am here for the weekend to take care of the situation. With that said, I really want to see my son while I'm here. I will definitely work towards being a consistent part of his life. Because that was one of my biggest things is you're not consistent. Like you come in and you go, you come in and you go, you come and you get distracted. It's not what I'm going to allow to happen. You're not fit to do that to our son. Okay, so he said, okay, I understand. When do you think I can speak with him? After his breakfast. So after that, they ended up having a video chat, them two together. And we ended up speaking again. And I, being who I am, I'm like, I cannot do this to my son. Like, his son, he's trying. This is what I'm thinking. His father's trying. I cannot push this away. He no longer lives out here, so he won't be a problem. Why can't I just make this happen? So, of course, I agreed, right? I agreed. And during that agreement, I sat with it for a while. I agreed, and then I sat with it. And as I'm sitting with it, So as I sit with it, my intuition is telling me something is up. Something is up. So, after the agreement, I sat with it and I end up messaging him. I let him know, please be respectful and do not bring anyone here with you. I would rather no one you know knows where I live. The city, the area, it's only right the boundary is in place. Thank you. So I sent him that, okay? Because I knew something was up. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew something was up. I knew his mom didn't come out here with him. I knew his stepfather didn't come out with him. And I don't know for damn sure his sisters or brother did not come with him. So whether it had been like a homeboy from back home or whoever else, I did not want them to know where I lived or anything about me for that matter. So I sat with it for a while and I let him know, like, hey, just drop the stuff off and keep it pushing. Let's meet somewhere, drop stuff off, you keep it pushing. Like, and I ended up reaching out to my sister and discussing it and went over it with her and everything. And because for some reason I was afraid to ask him, like, who is with you? Because he ended up saying me and my people, my people. He would never say who his people was. Because I know his family, I know who they are, so why would he say my people? Long story short, when it comes out to that matter, I ended up calling him and I let him know, like, whoever this person is, I feel like I need to know. Because this person is going to are going to know who I am, and it's not fair that this person knows who I am and I don't know who this person is. It took him a lot to tell me. He really didn't want to tell me. He acted as if he really didn't want to tell me. That's what it is. He acted like he didn't want to tell me. That's why he prolonged it the way he did. Because he wanted me to, who is it? He wanted that. So, in the midst of that conversation, he says, it's my fiance. She's out here with me, and I've known her for years. We grew up together. And I said, well, and to me, I'm asking him, like, why couldn't you just tell me that? I mean, this is good, you know, because I was telling him, like, why couldn't you just tell me that? Like, this is good. So you're going to have your fiance meet your son. Like, this is big, you know? And he was like, I don't know why I didn't want to tell you, but yeah, well, whatever he was saying. I'm like, this is fine. No worries. I'll see you guys. We'll meet at the police station. Because he wasn't going to come to the house. I told him, no, he cannot come to the house. We'll meet at the police station. I trusted that. I don't know who she is. But at the same time, I know who he is and what he's capable of. So that was that. So after that conversation and him telling me it's his fiance, I had to sit with that. Okay, he's bringing his fiance to meet his son for the first time. Automatically, I felt I needed to have a conversation with the fiance before next got here. So I called back. And he was like, yeah, what's up? You're not changing your mind, are you? No, I'm not changing my mind. But I would really like to speak with your fiance if that's okay with you. And he was like, yeah, no problem. We come in peace. Yes. So I spoke with her, and in that conversation, I just let her know that because at the same time, I'm really hoping that he's not a narcissist. I'm really hoping that his intentions are pure. So I'm thinking about how this could affect him. Seeing his son after not seeing him in months and going back to Florida with just a moment of seeing his son. So I'm thinking about him. So I just told her, this could affect Next in a huge way. And I just want to connect with you to be a support to him after he departs from his son. And she said, no, I got him. That's what I'm here for. I know this is going to be hard for him, but I got him. And ladies and gentlemen, that was music to my ears, because in my head, I'm thinking he's going to be crazy as shit after he sees his son. And I was afraid of that. You know, I didn't want this to cause havoc. Let me tell you guys, now we actually meet up. I'm there at the police station. They pull up, and I get me and the baby out the car, and we walk over, and Nexa gets out the car, and his fiance gets out the car. As they get out the car, I walk over, and as I'm walking over, Nex doesn't really, he grabs his son, and he's holding him, but he's looking at me, and as I'm walking closer, and his fiance is right there, the first thing he says to me is, wow, Shay, you look really good. Have you lost weight? When he said that, I kind of glanced over at his fiance, and I was like, I guess, and because I did it just like that, like, because I'm thinking to myself, how fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? You have your fiance right here, and the first thing you say to your child's mother is, wow. Wow. You look amazing, Shay. You look really good, Shay. Have you lost weight? And just fucking staring, gawking at me. And I could glance at the fiance, and then I just walk over to her, and I give her a hug. I embrace this woman. I give her a hug, and I'm like, hi, I'm Shay. And then she tells me her name is Shay. And I'm like, wow, we have the same name. Your name is Shay too. Wow. But at this point in time, I'm like, really, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a peaceful place at this point in time, because I sat with it, everything, and accepted it, and was ready to go through it. So I give her a hug, and, tell her it's nice to meet her. And I let her know, like, yeah, this may seem weird, you know what I'm saying? And I said, this may seem weird and a little awkward, but this is how it's supposed to be. Like, there's no beef, no conflict. I'm very happy for you guys. Congratulations, And she was like, thank you. And she was like, it does seem weird, like, but you're right. This is how it's supposed to be. And I'm like, yeah. And he's, but the first thing he wants to do is take a picture with her. Take a picture with her. He wants my son to take a picture with his fiance. I'm thinking might want to focus more on your son, not your son taking a picture with your fiance. He's not a fucking prop. At this time, I'm just being very aware. I'm being very aware. And he just take a picture with her, and he starts taking pictures of. She holds my son, no problem. I had no issue there. She holds him, and he starts taking picture his fiance and our son. And then he's like, "Can you take a picture with all three of us?" Of course. So I get the phone, and I start taking pictures with all three of them together. No problem. What for? What for? Like, why would I have a problem with this? This is your fiance. You are moving forward. Yes. And that day when like that, he wanted to walk over to say hi to the other kids. So I was just like, I don't know how they may feel, but I hope you're ready for it if they just fucking, look at you sideways. So we walk over, and as we walk over, he was like, you didn't give me a hug. Can I get a hug? And I was like, that's a little, and I told him, I was like, no, I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. And he just gave me a hug anyway, like put his arm over me anyway, as we're walking over to the other kids. And I'm thinking to myself, and she at this time, like, obviously felt uncomfortable because she sat in the car. So I'm thinking, like, what are you trying to do? Like, you don't do that to people. If you wanted a hug, you could have said that right in front of her, but you don't do that to people. And this is very fresh and new, obviously. That scene, ladies and gentlemen, was him trying to cause triangulation. Okay? He wants her to be jealous of me. You want to know why he wants her to be jealous of me? He wants her to be jealous of me so she can constantly do what she can to keep him. Because in her head, he still has feeling for his ex. I see it, I know, and he's still attracted to her. But I really want him because he's already love bombed her. Boom. To the fact that she didn't even see that subtle abuse that she just experienced. Because she's still in the middle of the love bomb. So she really not seeing the abuse because it's like this. He's love bombing, abusing her. Love bombing, abusing her. And this is how it will go. Their entire relationship. And she's going to lose her shit. How do you know that, Shay? Because I've been there. And that was the hardest thing for me to witness, is her go through that in that one moment. Because in her head, I can guarantee you, she's thinking, I'm going to lose this man. Because he's still in love with her. How can I keep him? What do I have to do? That's what he wants. He wants you to give your all. He wants you to give your all. He never wants you to feel like you have him. And she will never feel like she has him. She's always going to be doing things to prove herself or her worth to him. That was fucking hard to see. Moving forward, scene. That's over with. We ended up going... Oh, not only that. When I gave her a hug, the energy I felt from her was uncertainty. And I hate to use the word, but insecurity. That's the energy I felt when I embraced this woman. When he put his arm around me, the energies I got from him was energy of a child. A lost, broken child. And I remember after coming home and before I went to bed and I'm journaling, and I just remember what the heck, dude? Trying to piece it all together, and I couldn't. So all I could do was go for what it is, because here I am trying to fix it or fix something that has nothing to do with me, Has nothing to do with me. Their shit has nothing to do with me. The next day, I heard nothing from them. I would thought he would have, because he said he's going to be consistent, so I would have thought he would have tried to video chat with his son after the visit. Nothing. The day after that, I ended up reaching out to him. I messaged him. In that message, I said, hey, when you get a chance, I would really like to discuss everything. And he called. And when he called, that conversation was a long conversation. But it was him basically trying to manipulate, my path is, this and that, and everything's looking good for me. I'm so excited about this. It's just all bullshit. And I'm telling him, I'm calling, because what I called for, or what I didn't call, but what I told him I wanted to speak to him about was how we were going to handle him being more consistent in our son's life. What I felt and wanted to see what it looked like for him. And we agreed to video chats. Since he's back in his hometown, we agreed to video chats. He would video chat his son. We didn't have a time, but he would video chat. He would call video chat with his son. And we agreed to that. And as we're having this conversation of we're on the same page, it felt like we're on the same page. He's like, Shay. I'm like, what? He was like, tell me right now. And I'm like, tell you what right now? Tell me right now that you need me. You tell me you need me right now. I'll be on the first flight back to California tonight. ladies and gentlemen, the confusion I felt after he said that, I said, what? Tell me you need me tonight and I'll be on the first flight back to California. I said, no, I don't need you. I said, you have a whole fiance. And I said, and you know how I feel. I don't need you. I don't want you for anything. Like, I'm fine where I'm at. I'm at peace where I'm at. Like, why would you throw that out there? Like, and he was just like, well, she knows what's up. She knows what's up. She knows how I feel about you. And she's actually cool with it. Like, she loves me enough to allow me to be happy with who I want to be happy with. I was mind blown. Freaking mind blown. I said, okay, no, I don't need you. You should definitely put all your energy into that relationship that you have with your fiance. Then that conversation ended. I don't know how it, let's get a phone. I don't remember how it ended, but it was weird because after he said that, I was kind of like lost. Like, what the fuck just happened? That was so crazy. Like, you have a whole fiance. It's not a girl you just met. She's your fiance. And you're telling me if I need you, you'll be on the first flight back here to be with me? When I don't even want to be with you. Like, you know how I feel. Like, how am I still a thought like that? You know, like what? And I'm thinking you moved on. So that put me in a space of fuck. He's a fucking narcissist, bro. At that point that was my stamp. Like, yeah, he's for real a narcissist. Because that's part of the narcissist playbook, is they do this big, huge blow up shit. And they move on very quickly. And when it's quickly, that means they rush into something. And he did. He has a fiance now. All right. So moving forward, conversation ended. And then that night, he video chatted with our son. The video chat, what he had with our son, put another stamp on who he is. So he video chats with our son. And during this video chat, he has his fiance's son video chat with my son. And to me, I already know, like, he's not very serious about this woman. So why would he put a child on the phone? And her son, I don't know, looked to be about probably 9 or 10. Possibly 8, I don't know. But he was of age, 8 to 10. And video chatting with my son. And I'm starting to feel very uncomfortable because I know he's not very serious about this woman, though he calls her his fiance. And after the son video chats with our son, he tells our son, do you want to talk to Shay? You want to video chat with Shay? And then next, I'm assuming looks at her, and he was like, oh, no, never mind. Babe, you don't look good, right? And he tells our son, no, you'll talk to her next time, maybe tomorrow. He tells her she does not look good, and then tells our son, you'll talk to her tomorrow. And she she was like, what you mean I don't look good? I look good. And she started video chatting with our son and doing the ABCs and stuff. In my head, I'm thinking, he is fucking with your head, ma'am. And you don't even know it. He just told you don't look good. And I'm assuming he said she didn't look good because she had cornrows going straight back. We wear cornrows underneath our hair pieces. You know what I'm saying? So I guess because her wig was off, she didn't look good. And he told her that. Nah, babe, you don't look good. Maybe tomorrow. Her being very confident and saying, no, I look good. What are you talking about? And gets on the phone and starts, video chatting with our son. And I'm thinking, that's right, girl. That's right. And I'm thinking also, this motherfucker is going to eat her alive. She don't even know it. He consistently video chatted 2 days with our son. We said every day. Every day. That's what we agreed to because that's what he's been pleading and wanting since we split. Okay? So I agreed to that. So he did it twice consistently. And both times it was always around her. Like he never did it like almost like he didn't initiate it. It was almost like, her, you gonna call your son? Like it was, that's what it felt like. It looked like to me. I don't know. Probably wasn't that. But it was him using our son as a prop. Like it wasn't like really loving. You know what I'm saying? He used it as a prop. Time he had with our son video chatting, he rather it had been with her video chatting with him, my son video chatting with her son or with her, but not really him. But he begged and pleaded to have a relationship and have communications with his son, but he has it, but he doesn't take full advantage of it. 2 days in a row. Next thing you know, it was like 4 days. He did not call, video chat, nothing. One thing I don't play with, and that's my kids. You gonna say you're gonna be there, you're gonna be there. Say you're gonna do something, you're gonna do something. Consistency. If you don't got that, stay the fuck away from them. Period. If you don't got that, stay the fuck away from them. Period. I respect a person that knows they can do something and just don't fucking do it. Like, don't attempt it if you know you can't do it. Like, I'm really upset right now. Anyways. So, 4 days, didn't do it. I think I messaged him. Hey. Haven't heard from you. Hope you're alive and well, Long story short, it reached a situation to where I messaged next. Because it got to a point where, this ain't for the work. Let's wait 2 years or so when you got your shit together. Obviously, you don't have your shit together. So I messaged him. And in the message, I don't have it verbatim. But in the message, I'm pretty much telling him, let's just try this again in 2 years or a year or so when you actually got your shit together and when you're actually able to be consistent, because this is not fair to him at all. It's not fair. And you keep saying you can do it, but you're not doing it. You're saying you can do it, but you're not doing it. That's a problem. My son's not about to get used to somebody saying something but expecting them to not do it so he can be surprised when they do. My son is not going to be raised and brought up like that. My son is going to be raised and brought up to know your word is your bond. And if you don't have that, keep it fucking moving. Period. So pretty much that's what I'm laying out there for him. Like, you wanted all this, and now that you got what you wanted, open communication to call your son whenever you want, you have that. You would think that you would take full advantage of that. No. He went like literally 6 days. Nothing. It's something you begged and pleaded for. All right. Bet. I've sent that message. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I sent that message. The message appeared to have been read, right? Read, seen, whatever. And about 15 minutes after I send the message, he calls. I answer. He's like, hey, can I talk to Zai? I was like, did you not get my message? He was like, a message? No, I didn't get no message. I thought I sent you a message and it showed that it was read, like it had been seen. Like, what do you mean you didn't get the message? Well, I don't have it no more. And I was like, how do you not have it no more? After I said that, this woman, his fiance, screaming in the background, loud. I would have never expected it from this woman because I've been nothing but respectful to this woman since the day I met her. When I said, what do you mean you don't have it because he asked me to resend it. She said, he's probably just trying to keep the motherfucking peace because I deleted that motherfucker. The look on my face in this phone as we're video chatting. Lost. A look of lost. Like, what the fuck just happened? I deleted the motherfucker. Y'all need to figure out what the fuck y'all gonna do. Are y'all gonna be together? What the fuck is y'all gonna do? Because I'm not finna play this motherfucking game. And she's just going. Next is looking at the phone just like this. I said, next, is she serious right now? I'm lost. Is she serious? Like, what she mean? And she's just going. And I'm telling you, when I say she's going, she was going off on a motherfucking tangent about what I don't know, whether or not him and I are going to be together. Where did she get that notion? Why is she coming at me with that? And as I'm trying to talk to him, I'm like, is there any, because she's loud. Like I'm telling you, she was loud. I don't know if she was drunk, what? But it was unnecessary and very uncalled for. I didn't understand what was going on the other side of the phone, but I knew I couldn't communicate with Nex if she's doing all that rah-rah. So I said, Nex, is there any way possible? Can you go to like the other room so we can have this conversation? Because I don't know what the fuck she has going on. You know, and I didn't say what the fuck either because I'm still very calm because I'm really lost on what's going on with her. So I'm trying to keep the peace. So I said, because I don't know what she has going on. Like, what's going on? Like, can we? And he was like, you know what? No, I'm going to stay right here. She's my fiance. Whatever you need to say to me, you're going to say in front of her. So he pulls that. I said, yeah, this is crazy. I said, does she not know, like, what's really going on? And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm asking, does she know our history? Like, does she not know I don't want you back? Does she not know that? So I'm telling him, and I'm like, ma'am, I don't want him. I said, take note. Just the other day, after he came to see his son, he asked me if I needed him and if I wanted him back. And if I told him yes, he would be on the first flight back. Ma'am, I told him no. Understand, I do not want him. So I say that, oh, she gets up more upset. And she was like, I'm the one that fucking told him to do that. I'm the one that told him if he wants to be with you, he can be with you. Da-da-da-da-da. And I said, okay, ma'am, but that's not the situation. I'm letting you know I don't want him. So why are you, And I was like, and I cut it in the midst of speaking what I wanted to speak. I cut it. Because I started to feel like, Shay, this ain't even your energy, bro. You're matching hers. This ain't you. Don't do that. So I cut mid-sentence and I said, you know what? Next, this is just another situation, another situation and distraction to take away from our son. I'm not going to engage in that. And I just hung up and I blocked. Yeah, I hung up and I blocked. And it was crazy because I had to put myself in that woman's shoes. After I hung up, I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shay, why do you think she's reacting that way? She's reacting that way because he caused her to react that way. He's causing this triangulation. He wants y'all to beef. You came up and gave this woman a hug when he thought you was going to fucking act crazy or be snotty or be rude to her. Like, you came in peace. So he has to build triangulation. He has to build that. He needs that. Like, he needs conflict in his life 24/7. He needs chaos. If there's no chaos, this man is not happy. He can't live without chaos. So, put myself in her shoes. She's going to feel a certain type of way. He's been abusing her and love bombing her at the same fucking time. She's like this. She's losing her shit. And you just witnessed her losing her shit. Don't be upset at her. Don't take it out on her. Forgive her and keep it pushing. Don't be a part of that mess. Did that. So I blocked him. And I ended up deactivating my Facebook. Because after that conversation, I got message. After that conversation, I got the message that, Shay, you need to start the vlog you've been talking about doing. Because what you're witnessing right now is a woman experiencing exactly what you experienced, and she doesn't even know that she's experiencing it. Whether you reach a soul or two, it will multiply because you are saving lives. So I deactivated that Facebook page and I started to focus on doing more healing and focusing on how I was going to start this process. And once I figured it all out and I put all my ducks in a row and time miraculously became available for me to start it, I reactivated that Facebook page. Ladies and gentlemen, the day I reactivated that page and I started to put out the content and putting out what the first, the first day, the season premiere day of He a Narcissist. The first day I did that, reactivated the page, I got a message from her page. I got a message from her page. Please bear with me. The first day I reactivated it, meaning to me, means like they were watching it, right? They were waiting for me to reactivate. Every day it was, let me see if she's back on, right? Because that's how I seen it. I'm just saying, how the first day I get a message. This was May 25th, ladies and gentlemen. 7:24 a.m. from her page. I'd never seen her page in my life. Why all of a sudden? This is her page. Message from her page. Contact me. This is next. You do have me blocked, so I am left to reach out to you from my fiance page. Why am I blocked for? Look, please just stick to this for Zyzik. Shay. I ended up messaging, they called. Well, he called. I say they because she has to be around when they have a conversation. But anyway, my message, you've been given many opportunities and you obviously struggle with what it takes to be present in our son's life. I know. You had a lot going on, and now knowing what type of woman you are with, my son definitely will not be involved in that messiness and disturbed energy. Protecting him by all means necessary. He has witnessed enough for being only two. Continue to take care. Message back to me, which I'm sure it wasn't even him texting because the way she spelled my name. Poor Shay. She's a great woman and you are a great mother to our son. She only responded to you after you sent that text message to me saying you didn't want me to speak to Zai because I didn't reach out for a couple days. I put cat. Like I said, I know her. Just off that reaction. No 50-year-old woman should ever react like that. And if that was the case, her responding like that because of me supposedly saying you can no longer speak to Zai, why was her whole uproar based on what you and I were going to do as if I still wanted you? It wasn't about Zai. She can keep that. I know what she's going through. I've been there. She still feels threatened. I wanted you. And Lord knows I will never revert back to that hell. I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't tolerate disrespect. Especially by someone I show respect to off tops. So no second chances there. and you already know your situation. You want to be active in your son's life. It's got to be through the courts only. I'm tired of giving the benefit of the doubt, knowing you are who you are. I know you probably playing victim to her like you did me, but the truth will come out. You'll see. You're no victim. You're just a product of your environment. And unfortunately for you, there is no change in that. Zaya is good and will remain good as long as I'm alive and breathing. Ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't it. They called continuously via video chat. And I figured, I'm going to answer at least one time before I completely delete, block. Okay? So I answered. I wanted to see what that conversation would feel and look like since I'm at my end with this situation, right? This is what it looked like. Him. Shay, I don't think it's fair that we put our son through this, and all I want to do is be a part of my son's life. I'm his father, and, you know, I've been going through a lot, and, you know, I just started working, and it's just, I really need this opportunity. Like, what can we do? Like, I'm listening to him, and, you know, and you can't, and he's telling me, like, and you can't sit up here and say these things about my fiance, like, she didn't do nothing, and I said, okay. I said, okay, she didn't do nothing. And I said, you read my text message. I said everything I had to say. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, because, this is what it was. And then he says, can you resend me the message you sent to me that night? Said, why would I resend you the message that I sent to you that night? Well, because she said that you said that I can never see my son again in my life or something like that. And I'm like, I deleted the whole thread. I don't have that message no more. Well, that's fucking crazy how you don't. So he gets upset. How you don't have that message no more? Da, 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 da. So he's going off. And then I guess she says, oh, let me talk. I'm sorry, it's not funny. So I guess she says, oh, let me talk. So she gets on the phone. This is video chat. She gets on the phone and she's like, poor Shay. Did you or did you not say? No, she was like, poor Shay. First off, I shouldn't have spoke to you like that, you know, and I just want to tell you I apologize. And that's not the type of person I am. I don't know how you think I am, but that's not who I am. And she's pleading her case to me. And ladies and gentlemen, take note, please. She was not pleading her case to me. She was pleading her case to him. I can guarantee you that through all those days of me deactivating my page and then having no way to contact me, I can guarantee you all those days she was going through hell with this man. You want to know how she was going through hell with him? Because she blamed him for him not being able to get in contact with me. And you guys are probably saying, what do you mean contact with you? It's his son. Ladies and fucking gentlemen, it was not his son that he was worried about not being able to be in contact with. I promise you. And it's not even like I don't take pride in saying that shit. It hurts to say that shit. Because he literally puts me before his fucking son. Literally. And not putting me in front of his son in a good way. He wants to fucking kill me. He wants to rip me a fucking part. He wants to tear me down. He wants to suck up every ounce of light that resides in me. He wants to take that away so bad. I tell her, like, ma'am, like, I've showed you nothing but respect. From start to finish. Nothing but respect. Met you, I was respectful. I have nothing against you, but I know where you're at. I told her, I know where you're at. I feel you. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And she's just like, can you just please tell? And as I'm telling her this, she's not even listening to what I'm saying to her, obviously. Because all she wants me to do is tell him that in that message, I said that he will never see his son again. Can you please tell him that you said that? Can you please tell him that you put that in the message? That was the message that I deleted, and the only reason why I deleted that message was to protect him so he wouldn't get hurt reading that message. Can you please tell him that you said that? And this is the way I'm talking to y'all, is how she was. Can you please tell him that I did not say that? Can you please tell him that you said that you was gonna keep his son away from him for the rest of his life? He can never see his son. Can you please tell him? This is her pleading her case to me, but not for me, to him. Because she went through hell for whatever amount of days that they couldn't contact me for this conversation. Because he constantly threw it in her face. Whether it was abruptly or subtle, he did that shit. Because now she's in a place of fucking confusion. And I witnessed that shit. I said, and I just told her, period. Yes, I said it. Next, I said it. Can you tell him that I said it? I said it. Because I didn't want her to fucking drive her fucking self crazy. Like, she was literally, can you please tell him that you said that? And that's why I deleted them. Can you please? Ma'am. And I just said, yes, I said it. Shay, please let him know that I said it. Anything else? That's what I said. Anything else, y'all? Because this conversation is about whether or not I said that you will never see your son again. This is not about our son again. So, is there anything else? And she still has a phone and he's talking. I'm not even sure what he's saying. No. This is what he's saying. He said, she still has a phone. So the phone's still in her face, but he's talking. And he was like, yeah, and you're just saying that. You're just saying that, so you're just saying that. You didn't really say that. Now, I know how you are, Shay. You didn't even really say that. You're just saying that. And I'm like, okay, oh, whatever. However you feel, you're going to feel how you feel. And he was like, and then you did this, and he started bringing up stuff about the past and how I spit in his face. And I start like, because that's that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was low, I was in my energy space, like I was good. But he knows how to trigger me, so he triggered me, you know? So he triggered me, and I shot right back. And my shot back was to let her know how fucking sick of a person he is. And when I say sick of a person, I'm saying sexually explicit sick. This man has no soul and will fuck any soul. Whether you guys grabbed onto what I did, period, out there. Suck or fuck any soul, for that matter. That's how angry he got me with just bringing up the fact that I spit in his face. It was just that one thing. And like I said, because it was the one thing that he knew that I felt the lowest about during that relationship, spitting in his face. I feel very low about that. So when he brung that up, I went straight to boom, and I did that. And when I did that, I realized, I gotta get off the phone. And I hung up and I blocked her. I allowed, as much, ladies and gentlemen, please listen, as much as you are in a very serene and peaceful place, the more you are around negative energy, demonic spirits, it can latch on to you. Like that, the whole conversation, I was like pretty good because I see them fucking going. Like, I hear them. They own they negative shit. And I'm in a peaceful, very serene place. But all it took was him to do me, trigger me. and I snapped right back, and I was in that same place they were in. I was able to shut it down, and I thank God that I was able to shut it down, because it would have went a lot more left. But I had to shut it down, and once I shut it down, I got off the phone, and I had to find me a place. Find me my quiet place, you know what I'm saying, and sit with the shit and get it all out. Because, and I say get it all out, like all that negative energy that I allowed myself to be exposed to. It said, all right, episode 9 is a wrap. New supply. I pray for her. I do pray for her. I pray for her awareness. I pray for her awareness. I pray that one day she will see exactly what she's dealing with, and I pray that it does not affect her children, because it can, like, and it can drastically, but it can affect her a lot. It can bring her to a very dark place. And I was told, like, I was advised that when the narcissist has their new supply or the new girlfriend or wife or whatever, like, don't involve yourself in that. Like, don't try to warn her, because warning her will only prove his point. You know, like, yeah, I told you she was crazy. You know, if he told her that I was crazy or I still wanted him, like, that's all she would go straight to. She would revert to that. She would just go to that. Like, oh, you're only telling me that because you still want him. Even though I told this woman I don't want him. Like, I really, really don't. Like, I will never, ever tell her directly, ma'am, this is who you're dealing with. Eventually, she will start searching for answers. Eventually, she will start searching for answers. And when she starts to search for answers, she begins her search for the answers, they will come. They will come. I just pray that she begins to search for those answers before she has hit a rock bottom. Because once you hit that rock bottom, once you're at that bottom of that barrel, it's very hard to pull yourself out. It's very hard. It's so hard to pull yourself out. Because you're going to be literally dealing with that and dealing with everything else. I pray she doesn't lose anything in the process of dealing with this man. I pray that she gains everything she deserves. I just pray that she don't lose anything. I pray that her children don't lose anything. Shay, how could you be so compassionate about this woman that talked to you the way she talked to you? Because it wasn't her talking to me. It was his manipulation and her low vibration allowing him to control her in that manner, because literally he was controlling that. She may not realize it right now, but he was controlling that. She wasn't controlling that. He literally was controlling that. So episode 10, y'all. This is my last episode. Episode 10 is the last. The reality, the gift, the healing. He is a narcissist. He will not change. My awakening, my knowledge, my passion, my purpose. And I will detail therapy, my self-reflection and self-education, how I grew through the process of dealing with a narcissist. And I will do Q&As, questions and answers. I got y'all. And then my questions and answers, please. So go ahead and hit my Instagram, he_a_. A_narc_sis. Inbox me questions and I will answer them on episode 10. A lot of the questions that I already have in my inbox in regards to my journey or my experience with the narcissist, I will be answering those questions as well. Episode 10 will detail everything that needs to be detailed for the whole season, because like I said, a lot of the episodes that I did, after the recording and after I put it out, I realized I didn't even mention this time or mention this. So I will do that. I will double back on certain seasons to put everything into perspective so you guys have a full understanding. I will also be putting more like messages, like screenshots of like text messages of him and I, how our conversations went from good to bad all of a sudden. So you guys can get a better idea, because even though I'm telling you how it was, I feel like you don't fully understand that some people are visual. So I will do like screenshots and stuff of old conversations that will show what the abuse looked like for me. Voicemail messages. I think I put one on the beginning of the last episode, so you guys got an idea of what that was, how that looked. And what's the other thing I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do as much as I can for the wrap up episode 10 to be as informative as possible, because you guys need as much information as possible to heal through. And I will sit with the healing process, that the approach that I took to actually get where I am today, because it's different for everybody. And I didn't have a playbook. Go, okay, Shay, this is how you're going to heal. I didn't have a playbook. Mine literally went all off of intuition. Literally all intuition, how I was able to begin my healing. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, Q&As, inbox, on Instagram, he_A_narcissist. I will be giving all the answers, or answer the best way I possibly can. I'm not an expert on narcissism or dealing with a narcissist. I'm not an expert. All I can do is go off of my experience with a narcissist and be as informative as possible. Thank you guys for tuning in. You know what it is. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I need y'all to know all it takes is for you to learn, leave, heal, and live. It gets better. Please understand, it gets better. It gets so nasty and it gets so crazy and chaotic to where you feel like you can't bubble up out of it. You absolutely can. Don't give up on yourself. Don't. Because life is good for me right now. Today, life is good. Yesterday, life was great. Oh my God, I can't wait till tomorrow. Period. And this ain't no bullshit, no facade. Like, I'm serious. I live life every day the happiest I could possibly be. I know what it's like to be in the dark. I know what it's like to be abused on a daily basis. That shit is not fun. It's not healthy. And it will motherfucking kill you.